We are going to be going back and forth to the other microphone, just so some of the program. So when we do get to the official christening part, we will be outside, and anybody who's sitting and wants to get a little closer, you're welcome to. Welcome to the christening of the motor vessel Algoma Mariner. For those who don't know me, my name is Greg White. I'm the President and Chief Executive Officer of Algoma Central Corporation. Looking out in the crowd, I see many familiar faces, including a lot of Algoma, Frasers and Properties employees. For the board members that are here, rest assured there are people back at the office taking care of things. Customers, pleased to see them. Local politicians, City of Port Colborne staff, union representatives, St. Lawrence Seaway employees, and by circumstance we have the entire St. Lawrence Seaway board here, and we welcome them. Industry representatives, Algoma business partners, and most importantly, some families of some of the crew members. We're very pleased you've taken the time to help us out witness the christening of the Algoma Mariner. Before we start the ceremonies, I'd like to introduce our special guests at the podium with me. To my immediate, and my notes say right, so we got this mixed up. Lisa Badaway. Lisa is the vessel sponsor, and I'll put her to work very shortly. Seated beside Lisa, to her left, is her husband Vance Badaway. Vance has a long history with the marine industry, and also serves, as you can see from the paraphernalia around his neck, as the mayor of this great city of Port Colborne. We're also joined by Captain Robert Lovelace. Yeah. Oh. There he is, right here, to my immediate right. And Chief Engineers David Cook beside Rob, and Chief Engineer Todd Walters to the far left. Captain Ken McKenzie, who could not be here with us today, and Chief Engineers Cook and Walters joined the Algoma Mariner in China and sailed her back to Canada. And great job, guys. I would like to make special note of Chief Engineer David Cook. Dave flew to China on March 21st and has been with the vessel and away from his home continuously since then, a total of 6 months. I would personally like to commend and recognize Dave for his dedication on this project. I do know that Dave's wife, Linda, and his children, Jessica and Jonathan, are here to witness the christening, but I think more importantly, they are here to ensure Dave gets off the ship and is on his way home to Gaspé Bay as soon as this is over, for a well-deserved rest. And finally, we also have Father David Mulholland, who will offer prayers and words of inspiration and wisdom to the crew of the Algoma Mariner. Father David has assisted with many of these events, and we appreciate his support. Thank you, Father. This day is significant for a number of reasons. Firstly, we are here to christen and welcome the Algoma Mariner to the Algoma fleet. The Algoma Mariner is the first completely new Canadian flag dry bulk vessel added to the Algoma fleet since 1983 and to the entire industry since 1985. I am pleased to be able to say that although the Algoma Mariner is the first completely new vessel, it won't be the last. In addition to the Algoma Mariner, we have contracted for 6 new Equinox-class Lakers, and our customer and partner, the Canadian Wheat Board, has contracted for an additional 2 that will be managed and crewed by Algoma. With the introduction of the Algo Bay last year, the Algoma Mariner and the soon-to-be constructed Equinox-class vessels, Algoma will own and operate the most modern and environmentally efficient fleet in the entire Great Lakes system. Equinox-class vessels are the next generation of bulk carriers on the Great Lakes. They will be able to carry significantly more cargo at faster speeds than conventional vessels. Newer engine technology will result in reduced fuel consumption, which means lower fuel costs and reduced emissions. The new ships will emit 60% less emissions than the oldest steamships operating on the lakes, and 40% less than the current motor vessels operating. In addition, the new ships are designed to accommodate exhaust gas scrubbers to further reduce emissions and accommodate ballast water treatment systems. The new Equinox vessels will provide much needed improvements in operating efficiency and environmental performance, and will allow us to continue our leadership position in the domestic dry bulk transportation and maintain Canadian jobs in this essential sector. The first of the Equinox class vessels will arrive in Canada for the 2013 season. Secondly, this occasion is important because it's a visible symbol of the recent integration of the Algoma Central Corporation and the Upper Lake shipping fleets. This vessel was originally to be jointly owned by the two companies, but with our recent acquisition, the Algoma Mariner became 100% owned by Algoma. The crew of the Algoma Mariner are all former Upper Lakes employees, and we are pleased to formally welcome them to the Algoma family. The command officers of the Algoma Mariner have joined us for this ceremony, and they are representing the entire crew who are all watching from the vessel. This is Algoma, guys. And finally, we are here today to recognize and honor our long association with the City of Port Colborne. Our formal association began in 1974 when we purchased the former Herb Fraser and Associates Ship Repair Company that's located just down the canal at Lock 8. The company, now known as Fraser Marine Industrial, is the largest topside ship repair in the Great Lakes and continues to be a very important part of Algoma's domestic shipping business. In addition, in 1979, one of our vessels, the Algo Port, was named in honor of the City of Port Colborne. This vessel, after a long and successful career for Algoma, was to be retired, and the aft end was to be attached to a new forebody that was being constructed in China. Unfortunately, while under tow, the Algo Port broke up and sank in the South China Sea. Without the aft end to attach the new forebody, our new vessel design team had to quickly develop an alternative plan. The plan consisted of commissioning Delta Marin, who were working on the Equinox class project, to design a completely new aft end. Incorporating the new Equinox class design parameters, the completely new vessel was delivered to Algoma from Chenji Shipyard on May 31st, 2011. After we lost the Algo Port, we decided to honor the vessel and all the crew members who had sailed with her during her career by not reusing the name. Sort of like retiring a hockey jersey. In order to continue the linkage, we have chosen the City of Port Colborne as the port of registry for the Algoma Mariner. As a result, the vessel will sail the Great Lakes and East Coast of Canada for the next 30 to 40 years with Port Colborne painted on its aft end. Somewhat like having the bear tattooed to your you-know-what. I am now going to ask Lisa Badaway, who is representing the City of Port Colborne, to come up and perform her duties and christen this fine vessel. Lisa?
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I am extremely honored and proud to have been asked to sponsor this vessel. The act of christening a vessel and its naming is meant to bring luck and safety to the vessel and those on it. Having been raised in Port Colborne, I recognize that the Welland Canal is a way of life for everyone in our city. The port will always remain in Port Colborne. The attachment I will personally have with this vessel will be everlasting, but more importantly is the attachment our community will have with her. The City of Port Colborne will be her port of registry, and although not the first time the vessel has been registered here, this one is special due to the fact that she's being christened here during a time of revitalization within the marine industry. To the officers and crew who will bring this vessel to life, I wish you smooth sailing. You are a symbol of the industry's future. To the ship, I name you the motor vessel Algoma Mariner. May God guard you and guide you and keep you safe for all those who sail with you.